I have completely flipped around the way that I do layout design, and this has made my design process actually a lot easier. And I'm going to show you how today. Hey everybody, my name is Jimmy. I'm drinking some, what am I drinking? Oh, Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and this is Coffee and Trains.
This video is brought to you by Model Railroad Academy. Model Railroad Academy is your online resource for model railroad instructions, ideas, and information, with loads of tutorials and articles for model railroaders of every skill level. I've recently been going through their catalog and watching some of their older videos, including this one from Don Kassler and the M&K division of the B&O. It's been really cool to watch and see all the old techniques he used. Plus, you can find tutorials on everything from bench work to electronics to scenery, all sorts of things there. The first 1,000 people to sign up at the link in the description below will get a full year of premium membership to Model Railroad Academy for $1.49. Offer is valid for new members only.
If you want to tell me what kind of coffee you are drinking and have it featured just like these guys right here, you can do that in the comments below, and who knows, you might see your name pop up on an episode of Coffee and Trains. Cheers, guys. What got me thinking about this was that I wanted to have a base design for my next railroad, which I intend to take up a whole room. Now, this is way down the line, but I do enjoy designing a model railroad. To do this, I've had to go a bit deeper on why and where railroads are built. Freight railroads are built to deliver goods. What this means is that they need access to where the goods are made and where the goods are delivered. Nothing more. They also need to do this in the most economical way possible, which means nothing extra. Just get to those 2 points. Now, in between with yards and stuff like that, it can get a bit more complex, but those are the basics. Now, a lot of us don't model too much of the in-between spaces. We model the industries and the area around them. We may have one dramatic scene, but overall, our resources are going to where the most action is, and that makes total sense. It's what I do. So I thought rather than designing the main line first and doing the in-between spaces, why don't I design the industries first and connect the main line to them? Now, I'm calling this approach Connect the Dots Track Planning. This completely reverses the way that I design model railroads. By designing the industry tracks first, I'm able to create exactly what I need for that industry rather than trying to fit it into a place that it doesn't. The thing is that this is actually how real railroads are designed. On a large scale, they go between cities and places where goods are picked up and delivered. When you zoom in on that, you have spurs that go to one or multiple industries where those goods are picked up or delivered. Okay, let's give this a shot. Now, like with most things on my railroads right now, I'm taking inspiration from the Yadkin Valley Railroad. It's just a little short line that I absolutely love. I am going to be using 2 industries from the Yadkin Valley Railroad, an OSB board plant and a large feed mill. Those are 2 of the largest industries on the prototype, and they can easily fill an entire job of an op session. There are more, but let's start with the OSB plant. The big thing that these types of industries need is a runaround track located on or near the property. So that is where I start. Next, I add some sidings. The prototype has 2 main sidings. I'm going to add 3 just for some extra interest because I might need to move a few more cars than the prototype does. There's also a propane dealer really close, so I'm also going to add a siding for that goes off into this corner. It fits nicely. Next, we're going to move to the feed mill. This is the largest feed mill on the line. There's actually several different feed mills along this line, but this is the largest, and I figured it could represent the industry well. We start with our runaround track. The prototype has several holding tracks, so I will add a couple of those as well. The main difference being that these are stub-in tracks rather than the additional runarounds that are on the prototype. Next, I need to add the runaround track in Elkin. Now, this is the simplest addition with 2 additional stub-in sidings, one for the metal fabricator that's right there in Elkin, and one for locomotive storage for the locomotive that is stationed there. Now I can connect everything with a single track mainline. I just do it like connect the dots. Now, if you were doing this with a larger section of mainline, I would recommend adding a passing siding or two. Other than that, what we have right now works fine. Finally, we can add some sidings in a staging area for travel in each direction. And now we have a room-spanning layout designed with 4 industries to switch. This was honestly the least stressful layout design session I have had in a long time. Also, once I began building out the industries, I didn't feel the need to cram every space with an extra siding or two for small industries. These larger ones would satisfy everything that I want to do with operations. This reversal of my design process has really changed the way that I look at a model railroad. It will be a while before I implement this. I still have this railroad and I plan to have it for a while, but it definitely helps a ton in getting the design on paper. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Jimmy from the DIY and Digital. Stay safe, be kind, drink some coffee, and happy railroading.